Babes, the Tortured Poets department comes out Friday. Are y'all ready?
Are y'all ready?
Are you ready for it?
Hey babes, it's Time Music Box and welcome back to the channel. So I thought it would be fun to come on here for a little hot second and just kind of look at the Taylor Swift, the Tortured Poets department track list and just kind of like put them in some little categories. I know whenever people usually do tier rankings, they're kind of like, you know, this is the best, this is the worst. But let's be honest, Taylor Swift doesn't really make any bad songs. In my opinion, feel free to disagree. I feel like she doesn't really make any bad songs. So instead of like being like, this is gonna be the best, this is gonna be the worst, I feel like there's like categories that we can like tier them into. Like categories of like what the song will be about based on the title and the vibes of the overall track. I don't know, maybe I'm just delulu, maybe I'm just bored in my apartment, but I thought this would be fun to do real quick. So let's talk about these tiers, girly pop. Let's see what tiers we're gonna put these songs in, and I need to know if y'all agree or not in the comments, so y'all better let me know, babes. Let me know if you think this is like in left field or if you think I'm on to something. All right, let's get started. They're not really in any particular order. I did put one tier on here where I was like, maybe it will be like a skip song, but like I said, Taylor Swift doesn't really make any bad songs, so I didn't really need to like do a ranking based on like, you know, worst to best. The first tier we got, starting at the bottom, babes, is You're Losing Me. Now I know what you're thinking, bitch, that's a banger song. Well, it is, bitch. Like I said, no bad tracks. Better than Revenge is Calling, but I don't know, I kind of stand her low-key, I'm not gonna lie. So You're Losing Me. You're thinking, girl, that's a bomb-ass track. It is. I didn't say it wasn't, but hear me out. You're Losing Me is like that track that just on the album that it's like you're probably not gonna listen to it over and over, and not even that it's a skip, but you're just kind of losing me. Like, you know, where did the heart pulse go? Can't find my heart pulse. And that's the track that's gonna be You're Losing Me. And honestly, like, I really don't think there's gonna be any like that, but I'm gonna pick one track, and I don't even know what track I'm picking yet, but I'm gonna pick one of these tracks to put into that category. Next up, we got Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Now, the whole vibes of that song is just epic. It is like forbidden love. It is like, we are so in love. We are like enravished in love. I love you, you love me. Let's get a getaway car and let's just fly away to Mars. That's the energy that Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince give. Basically like just forbidden love, or just like so in love that it's just even toxic almost. Next up, babes, we got British Bangers. British Bangers, y'all know Miss T Swift, she loved her little London boy, a little British man. And girl, I already see we literally got a call out to London on this goddamn track. And yes, I'm speculating, bitch. I'm speculating because that's what we do. We're a music commentary channel, bitch. So I'm speculating that, yeah, you know what? There's gonna be some British bangers on here. Whether they're like, he hurt her, or whether they're like, you know, F off, I feel like there's gonna be some British bangers, and you can't argue with that. Next up, we have The Altar Is My Hips. Girl, if you're not a False God stan, honestly, if you're not a Lover stan, you need to back the fuck up, because that album did not get what it deserved. It did not get the love that it should have. It is banging. It is filled with love bops, bitch. And The Altar Is My Hips. I don't really feel like I have to explain more. I was debating doing that or Slut, but I went with The Altar Is My Hips because there is nothing more iconic than that line. It's a sexy track. It's a track that like the love is on. We're getting sexy. It's getting hot and spicy. So The Altar Is My Hips, I feel like it's self-explanatory, bitch. If you don't know what that means, go on a Reddit forum and someone will explain it to you, I promise. The last category that we have is Death by a Thousand Cuts. And what I mean by Death by a Thousand Cuts is like, this song slit my throat. This song wrecked me. I am on the floor. Either in a really good way or even a really depressed way, whatever way that will be, it's Death by a Thousand Cuts. It hurt me. And definitely looking at some of the titles of these tracks, I think my throat is gonna be slit. I will be slayed, the sword deep in the heart. So I am the damsel in distress, bitch. Like, I'm not the damsel that's gonna slit the dragon. I'm the damsel who's gonna be slayed. So let's just stop there. So let's get into the first track, and it is called Fortnight.
To be
or not to be.
Now, I think Fortnite is going to be interesting. Fortnite, it's giving Shakespeare. It's giving William Shakespeare. It's giving like on a fortnight some bullshit happened. Some scandalous shit went down. I can't help but think of Romeo and Juliet, but I can't also help but think of Hamlet. So I'm a little frightened based on that. It could go one or two ways, and I don't really know. Since there's some other tracks that seem a little lovey-dovey already, I feel like I'm pulling away from Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, and I feel like it's giving Death by a Thousand Cuts. The reason I feel this way is like hard to explain really, but I feel like it's just giving Death by a Thousand Cuts because I think that on a fortnight some shit went down and we got hurt, and our heart is hurting. Or someone literally got hurt. Who knows? Literally someone maybe got slayed. Like, I don't know. So that's where Fortnite stands for me. Also, the tea is that Post Malone is on Fortnite, and we know Posty has been hurt. Posty is in his feels. Posty is also singing like rent is due on Beyonce's new album. Beyonce said, "You better sing, bitch, if you want to be on my album," and he delivered. So I feel like Taylor Swift is not gonna accept any less. Therefore, I think this song is gonna kill me. I think this song is Death by a Thousand Cuts. Next up, we have the Tortured Poets Department, the title track coming in number 2 on the track list.
Julia Roberts! Julia Roberts!
Now, the Tortured Poets Department, that is just such an epic name, and why are we being tortured? That's my first question. Why are we tortured? Music is now the new poetry, which love music, but poetry's on the back burner. So I feel like Taylor Swift's gonna kind of like maybe talk about that. I'm not sure. It's also kind of giving me that we could be tortured, like songwriters in general are kind of poets, and that they could be tortured and that they could be hurting so bad, and they write all of these songs. Like Taylor Swift writes all these love songs or these heartbreak songs. So I don't know. I'm also just kind of feeling that it's gonna destroy me, that track. I mean, how could you not be destroyed by that title, bitch? That title alone has me aching and I'm shitting on myself. So I feel like I also have to put that one in Death by a Thousand Cuts. Next up, we have My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. This sounds cray. This literally sounds crazy.
Houston, do we have permission to launch? Roger.
And I love the title. Thank you so much for that title, girl. This one I can't even explain, but it's a British banger, and here's why. This song is a British banger truly because, first of all, we use the word boy. So he's not a man, he's a boy, and he breaks his favorite toys. So whatever's his favorite, he overuses and plays with too much, and they break. And I don't know, based on her history, based on T Swift's track record, I feel like it's gonna be a British banger because every man has been British up to this point. Y'all might think I think this is gonna be a ballad, a slow track. I think this is gonna be a bumpin' track. I think this is gonna be a banger, and it's gonna be British, and that's all I have to say. Next up, we have Down Bad. Down Bad is kind of giving me the energy of like, I think he knows, if you know what I mean. Like it's giving like she's down, like she wants it now. She is like feeling this man, you know what I'm saying? And so obviously we have to put that in The Altar Is My Hips. I mean, how could we not? She's down bad and she wants this man to touch her hips. Disagree to agree. Like, again, do you feel it or not? Do you feel the energy? Let me know if you disagree. I want to hear what y'all have to say. Keep me informed and let me know if you have other theories. I love to conspire with people. Next up, we have So Long London.
Oh, snap!
Are you ready for this?
Oh, snap!
Y'all, come on. It's a British banger, bitch. It's giving London Boy 2.0. It's like after the breakup. Like London Boy was the I'm in love with you, I'm obsessed with you, we're on Cornelia Street and we're in love. But now, it's giving So Long London, you f me sideways. But also, like, I think it's gonna be an upbeat song. I think it's also British. It has London in the name. We can't deny that. So British banger immediately. Next up we have But Daddy, I Love Him. That is a Lana-ass title. She's been working with Lana in the studio clearly because Miss Lana Del Rey wrote this song. I'm convinced by the title that Lana had inspo on this goddamn song. But Daddy, I miss him. what's that song called? Is it Kintsugi? I can't remember. At the Roadrunner Cafe. Like, girl, Taylor Swift has been working with Lana in the studio and it's really showing. Putting this one in Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince because I feel like the love is forbidden and her dad is like, you cannot love this man. And her dad sees straight through this man. He sees what's going on. But Taylor's like, but dad, I love him. I want to be with him. No, girl, no. It's Heartbreak Prince energy. It's not meant to be. And Lana has been inspiring you in the goddamn studio. Y'all are having too much fun in there, bitch. My goodness. Next up, we have track number 7, Fresh Out the Slammer. It's giving the altar is my hips, and here's why. I just feel like she's fresh out the slammer of this, like, you know, post however long it was relationship, and she's coming into this new one, you know, out of this prison cell of this relationship, and she's just coming out and she's looking, she's fucking on the prowl, and she's doing her hip motions, her hula hoop ass vibe to get her man. She's like, who's next? Thank you, next. I don't know, it's just giving. I can't really explain other than that. If you feel it, you feel it. If you don't, you don't. Florida with 3 exclamation points. I feel like that's also very important. Florida is definitely a super interesting title. I've been to Florida multiple times. I'm from Louisiana. I'm interested why we have 3 exclamation points. Like, are we excited that we're in Florida? Are we having fun? Like, what's the vibe, Taylor? Like, I'm a little confused. It's almost like she's losing me a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Why? But it also has Florence and the Machine as a feature. So, like, how could I put that in You're Losing Me? I mean, that's just absurd. It's giving You're Losing Me, but it's also giving Death by a Thousand Cuts. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to go to Florida again. Florida can be a really scary place sometimes. I think I'm putting in a Death by a Thousand Cuts. Like, I think Florida's kind of scary. Also, like, the 3 exclamation points. Also, Florence and the Machine. The dog days are over. What are we getting into? I'm so stressed out about that track. That's probably the one I'm the most excited to hear. Because why? We're giving a whole ass state a track. Alright, next up we have Guilty as Sin. Girl, no questions. It's going in the altar is my hips. That's literally false god energy. Don't argue with me. There is no way that song is not the altar is my hips. No way. Next up we have Who's Afraid of Little Old Me?
Vampire. Are you afraid?
Girl, the way you worded that kind of makes me a little frightened. For some reason, this track is kind of making me feel like Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince, not in the sense of a relationship, but Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? Like, it's giving like the media, it's giving like higher ups, it's giving just anyone in general who dislikes Taylor Swift, just anything in general that has to do with like being famous. It's kind of just giving like, oh, who's afraid of little old me? Like, I don't know, it's a little sassy. Also has like some sassiness to it. Are we falling out of love, or are we staying in love with her? You know, why are you afraid of me? Like, are you afraid of my success? I don't know. This one I'm definitely a little kind of all over the place with, and it's harder for me to categorize this one, but we're gonna put it there. And you know what? I think based on the title, it's fitting. Like, I'm kind of afraid, girl. I'm kind of afraid for this new album. Whenever she said the name, and it's a black and white, I don't know. I got a little scared. I feel like the Lana Del Rey inspiration, like, I love Lana Del Rey also. One of my favorite artists. But I got a little scared because it's just not what I expected from Taylor Swift, and I'm a little frightened. Especially since I know she's friends with Lana. Because Lana's music makes me rethink my entire existence. Like, my brain chemistry is not the same because of Lana Del Rey's music, and I'm just really afraid of Taylor Swift right now. I feel like it's weird though, because I feel like she's the Miss Americana, because it sure as hell ain't me, and she's also the Heartbreak Prince. So what am I? Am I just the average viewer who's scared shitless of this new album? I guess so, bitch. I guess so. This one is really just giving the title, I Can Fix Him, in parentheses. No, really, I can. Ma'am, What the hell is this track title? What the hell is this track title? I'm stressed out. For some reason, this is also giving a British banger. And my reasoning behind this is because like every person this girl has been with has pretty much been British. So I'm just thinking she's like, I can fix these British men. I can fix these London boys. And I can have fun. And they can be the one. But girl, the parentheses, no I really can, that actually makes me a little afraid. Like I'm actually scared right now. I don't know if you can, girl. I don't know if you could fix anyone. They have to be fixed themselves. But also the title alone, I feel like I said, it's gonna be a banger. LOML. Love of my life. I'm assuming that's what that stands for. If she pulls out some twisted other acronym, my bad, but that's what I'm gonna assume that stands for. This is giving, you know, the new energy of her life right now. She's the love of my life. Like she is thriving, she's having fun. Things might be getting a little spicy. Now I have a really hard like debate right now. I'm wanting to put this in the Alter Is My Hips, but I'm also wanting to put this in Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. Obviously want to see Taylor Swift thrive, want to see everyone thrive in the world and just be happy, truly. But based on the previous discography, I'm frightened to put this in the Alter Is My Hips because my mind is telling me, based on my prior knowledge, to put it in Miss Americana and the Heartbreak Prince. What do y'all think? I don't know where to put it at. I'm stressed about this one. I feel like her current situation is more the Alter Is My Hips, and I think her love is making her sway, if you know what I mean. So I think it's gotta be the Alter Is My Hips, but y'all let me know. I feel like that one could go either way. It can go either way. It could also be about a past relationship who she thought was the love of her life. Next title is called I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Immediately just putting in Death by a Thousand Cuts. I feel like this one's gonna kill me. I mean, I can do it with a broken heart. The amount of things that I've done in my life with a broken heart and like the weight you carry when you do things with a broken heart, it just hurts. This track is actually gonna take me out with the title. Like I'm genuinely giggling, but I'm just keeping it on the inside. But The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. My goodness. That can go so many goddamn ways. I'm not gonna take it past PG on this channel today. That's just hilarious, that title. So I'm just thinking like this again is gonna be a British banger. I feel like she's gonna roast somebody in this goddamn track. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. I'm not gonna infer any further what I think that means, Swifties, but use your imagination. It's just cracking me up on the inside, and I think that's what she's getting at there. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. It could just be about a tyrant ass man who's in control. It could be. Not tyrant Beyonce style. That's a whole nother vibe. But I don't know. I think I'm onto something here. Let me know what you think. Next up we have The Alchemy. Based on my prior knowledge of what alchemy means, I feel like it's like a magical, some kind of like magical transformation. I think that's what that means. So we're coming to the end of the album, so I'm assuming she's gonna have like some kind of transformation throughout this album, and maybe she's just coming into more of herself, more of her own. I have no idea, but it's kind of just giving like a transformation. For some reason, like I don't know why, but You're Losing Me is calling out to me, and I don't even like, I know previously I had said You're Losing Me, we're taking it as like, you know, maybe you might skip it on the album, but you know what's the sad thing is, like, we all love a toxic track, we all love a drama track, and this is just giving like healed. It's giving healed energy, and I don't know why my brain for some reason is like, You're losing me on that. I should want to be healed. I should want to be better. For some reason, it's not calling out to me, that track, and I don't know why. But then there's another part of my brain that's like, it's giving the Archer, and if it's the Archer, I will be sideways, and Death by a Thousand Cuts will become me. So that one's really hard for me, but for the sake of having to put a song in the You're Losing Me category, we're gonna stick her there. Since this might be a healing track, I also feel like the song could kill me, and like my pulse could be gone. So it kind of fits with the title if you think about it. Like, where did the pulse go? the Alchemy took it. So I don't know. It also kind of fits there now that I'm thinking about it.
I can be smart when it's important, but most men don't like it.
So Clara, I did a little research about Clara, and Clara was an actress in the 1920s, and she had like a famous movie called The It Girl. I feel like that track is like telling enough of the title. I feel like Clara has to go and the altar is my hips, because Taylor Swift basically is saying that she's the it girl, or either that or she's admiring the it girl. Either way, altar is my hips, bitch. Like, I feel like Clara is just gonna be an it girl song. It also says that she was described as a leading sex symbol, so how could I not put that in the altar is my hips? It's just kind of fitting me, y'all. It kind of just goes there. Also, the way it's like, this girl was in silent films. The sex appeal was strong, Clara, like, to be in a silent film. The altar was her hips, and I feel like Taylor Swift is trying to like piggyback off of that. Like, I'm not sure, but that's kind of what I'm feeling, and that's where I'm staying with Clara. Definitely let me know what y'all think about these rankings. I definitely, obviously, like, I haven't heard any of the tracks. This is just me being Delulu in my bedroom and having fun, like, ranking these for no goddamn reason at all, other than just to create a little hype about the album. But I'm super excited for the album on Friday. We will be reacting to it on the channel, so stay tuned for that. We're gonna get very lyrically heavy into the lyrics. I love talking about song lyrics, so if you're a lyric girly, definitely join me this weekend. But yeah, babes, if you made it to the end, as always, you're beautiful and sexy, and thank you so much for clicking on the video. Stay tuned and please subscribe. Please like the video for more Taylor Swift content, and to stay up to date on what's happening on the channel, and to join the little music community we got going on here. Hope that y'all have a lovely Monday, a lovely rest of your week, and I will see y'all soon with some new reactions on the channel. Later, babes.